All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to tape this. The next two are going to be taped. They're 5-minute acts. So I'm just going to ask you folks in the front, are you okay now? Does anybody need anything? Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to love this guy. Please welcome Mr. Keir Williams. Keir Williams.
Thank you. Oh, how are y'all doing tonight, huh? Oh, great. Yeah, my name's Keir Williams, like you said. I'm 22, I'm a college student, and can't stand it. Don't like it. It's not that I don't like college, that's fine. It's just my peers, my generation. That's what I don't like. All of them, all they can talk about is politics. That's all they can talk about. Like, I just want to be able to have a decent conversation without someone just butting in and being like, hey man, so in case you can't tell by my voice and my vegan lifestyle, I'm registered as a Democrat. What are you registered as? Oh, I just can't stand that question. What are you registered as? Because I'm legally required to say sex offender. And it's just, I just say it's like any part of crime matters. That's not true. Not a sex offender. I mean, come on, I said I was in college, not a fraternity, so. You know, we all know how that goes. No, I wouldn't want to be in a fraternity anyway, you know, packed in one of those frat houses. It's terrible. Because I'm a hypochondriac, like, that doesn't work for me, you know. I'm self-diagnosed, of course. And the dorms are bad enough. It's like a potluck of disease. It's terrible. I can't do it. But the worst part about being a hypochondriac is that there are just so many ads for medication. There's so many. Like, I'm just trying to watch TV, and an ad comes on, and the guy goes, do you experience sharp stabbing pain behind your eyes? I'm just sitting there eating popcorn like, well, now that you mention it, yes, I do. And he goes, and are you taking any prescription medication? And I was like, oh, so many. So many. And then it takes like a weird turn, and he goes, and do you experience menopause hot flash? I was like, okay, it's like he's in the winter. Because you have to understand, I'm a millennial hypochondriac, so my symptoms don't see gender. Right? I think the disease I've always been most worried about getting are STDs, any type of STD. Find that fun? I certainly don't. I've been so worried about it that ever since I was a kid, just terrified, that I was so worried that I asked my parents to give me the birds and the bees talk. That's weird. Like, no kid should ask their parents to do that, because it's one of the most uncomfortable exchanges between a parent and a child. You know, you sit down with your parents, and they pretend like you don't already know everything about sex, and then you pretend like the walls in your house are definitely not too thin. And the pillow over your head drowns out the noises. You just pretend. It's just me, it's not. Yeah, I remember like it was yesterday. It was just, you know, my dad, he sits me down, I was like taking notes and stuff, and the thing that sticks out in my head the most is he was like, always wear a condom. So I've had this one on for like 3 months now. It's wildly uncomfortable. Yeah, it's not great. It's unrealistic though. You can't always wear a condom. What am I gonna be standing in the bathroom just like making water balloons? Like, I can't do that. And that is my #1 joke. So yeah, get one punch. I think my dad was so you know, strict about saying always wear a condom because he didn't. And that's why I have 5 siblings. I have 5 siblings. I'm the second oldest. My older brother is obnoxious because he's a hipster who loves craft beer, and that is just the worst. Is there anyone in here like that? Anyone like craft beer in here? You're not going to say yes now I said that. Because they're so pretentious. They're so pretentious. Whenever they're going to drink one of their fancy bottles of beer, they do the exact same thing, right? They come out to like the most public area of the house, and they hold it out way in front of them, because far-sighted people have better taste. And then they read off all the ingredients, adding emphasis to the interesting ones. Just like, bare knuckle breakfast stout, brewed with cacao nibs, and aged in oak barrels with orange peels for a feeling of orange. What is that? This is ridiculous. You think you're better than me because you drink that? No, you're not better than me. Okay, so he completely ruined dinner, right? Because he brought over 3 bottles of beer, and the whole conversation at dinner was him just reading the bottles, like, oh, thyme and coriander, that's nice. Wow, this one was brewed next to speakers playing Beethoven. Whatever. And I was like, all right, enough. And I stood up and I grabbed my beer. I was like, we're going to see how he likes it. And I was like, PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon. Brewed with tap water. And aged for half an hour in some guy's basement. Wow. And my mom started cracking up, right? And then she leans over to me and she goes, watch this. And she runs to the other room, comes back with his birth certificate. And she goes, Scott Williams, brewed by mistake. After one too many apple teas on the honeymoon. And that is why my brother is an artisanal alcoholic. My name's Keir Williams, that's my time. Thank you very much.
Keir Williams. Thank you, Keir.